Hello, lovely people. Welcome to another episode of the Living in Fullness podcast. Today, I am excited. I've got a lady full of positive, contagious energy, beautiful, bubbly personality. She's a medical doctor, a keynote speaker, and a change maker. I don't know what she's not. None other than Dr. Khanyile.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Good and yourself?
I'm good. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm excited.
Thank you.
I couldn't wait for this.
Neither could I.
She just entered the room. You've got such a bubbly personality.
Thank you.
Is this how you are even at home?
Yeah, I am, except when I'm very, very tired. So it's weird because a lot of the time I like it in general. But I think because I talk to so many people the whole day, that's my job. By the time I get home, I'm just like, can I just have an hour just to talk to anyone? Just give me a minute. Yeah.
But you do seem to enjoy talking. So.
No, I love talking.
You
and
do,
I love
right?
like learning things about people and like hearing.
Yeah.
But also like I think it's also people who have the same energy that really drives me.
I love that. I hope I have that energy. So before we get into the episode, we want to get to know you, right?
Okay.
So you're going to pick any 10 numbers, right? Between 1 and 15.
Okay.
And it's like quick answers.
All right.
Right? Are you ready?
I am.
What's the best part of being married to your husband?
His face, I mean. No, I'm joking. I think the best part about being married to my husband is just how supportive of me he is. I always feel like I never have to think, what is he going to think about this? My first thought is, what are we going to do? Like, how are we going to work it out? He's always so supportive and willing to find a way to make it happen.
I love that. We love supportive husbands. How do you think you have lived by the meaning of your name?
Dr Khanyile is my full name, so which is the mother of light. So I think I've lived by the meaning of my name just by being that bright light. When I walk into a room, I think like everybody knows that I'm in the room, and it's really nice that like people also say that about me. Like they can feel that I'm in the room. The same way that when it's dark and there's a light, you know, you can't miss the light. So you're definitely that person. You can enter a room, you would never go unnoticed. Yeah.
We would notice you. Your next number. What is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness is that I procrastinate because I have like this perfectionism in me. So because of that, I tend to always be like, I don't think it's going to be right. So one way I've learned to overcome that is to delegate. So I tend to delegate the tasks that I'm really afraid of, and then I also like put it into smaller bites so that I'm able to like just get it done.
Who inspires you and why?
Oh, I think it's weird because it's not like a person I've ever met before, but I think Jesus inspires me the most. Because I really find that this is a person who was absolutely perfect, and he still suffered so much, and he just didn't ever give in to what everyone else was saying about him. He knew exactly who he was, and he just maintained that. And it can be intimidating for people. It can also be very inspiring for people. But I think for me, just knowing that there's already an example out there makes it easy to follow, or easier to follow. So yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
And I think you do reflect a Christian, you know, like in your behavior and your character and how you carry yourself as well. So
Thank you.
Your top 2 love languages?
Oh, definitely quality time and physical touch. Everybody who follows me on social media knows how much I love the cuddles.
Cuddles.
And then quality time just with all of my people, because I don't get to see you. So when I do, even if it's for an hour, it's that quality time that I value the most.
Yeah, quality time is my top as well. I love spending time, doing nothing else but spending time with the people I love the most.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay, one lesson that has carried you from childhood?
Shoot, these are hectic questions. Why are they getting more difficult?
Because we know you're a doctor, honey.
I think a lesson that has carried me from childhood. When I was younger, I think a lot of the time I always had this idea of like what I wanted to be and when I needed to get it done, and it has to be done at this point in time, and timelines and deadlines. And I think like since childhood, I've realized that all of the things in my life just happened because they were meant to happen. It wasn't because someone said, okay, now you're in grade 5, this is what we're doing. Now you're in grade 6, or now you're 7 or 8, or you know, whatever. So it was just to allow the spontaneity of life to take you where it needs to go, but also trust that that's God taking you where you need to go. Stop being so set in your ways and trying to like get things done on time. Like God's timing is perfect. Once I learned to let go, I think then I realized that, and I think I also understood it a little bit earlier in life, that things are just going to happen and there'll be time for it.
Yeah.
It's not your plan, so don't worry about it. It's God's plan. So just like keep going.
Yeah. What's yours is yours.
What's yours is yours, and there's no one who can take it away from you.
True. A narrative that people might have of you that you would like to change.
I think. So we were talking about this offline. I think people don't think I work when I'm at work, and I think they think I'm like very playful all the time. But I'm actually very serious at work. I take my job very seriously, and I think I also take my responsibility not just to my patients but to my colleagues very seriously. So I think when I'm at work, like I'm very jokey and very playful. But if you need something done, and I hope this reflects in people who work with me, like it will be done. Come hell or high water, we'll make it happen. But I also don't feel like we have to sacrifice our mental health. We don't have to sacrifice our respect for one another. And we don't have to like sacrifice the quality of the work we're doing to get it done. So I think that's one thing that people might not know about me. Like I actually work very hard.
Yeah. You just don't have to be serious when you're working hard.
Exactly. Like we can really
enjoy what you're doing.
Working with each other. We can enjoy like coming to work. Like make it fun for each other. Like have jokes, but just know that like it must be appropriate and it has to be within the spec of what you're doing, So
I love that. What's your best childhood memory?
My best childhood memory, sure there's a lot, but the one I think is my dad used to work in the local municipality. He used to be like in the meetings and all of that when I was a child. And so after school, he would always take me to these meetings with him.
Really?
And I would always like be sitting there and I got to meet like the mayors and all of these guys, So just seeing how they like had the meetings, how they conducted themselves, I think was really cool because one, I got to spend time with my dad. But two, also like I got to see the work that he actually does. And I got to understand him a lot better. And I think that's one of the things that strengthened our relationship because everyone just thought, what are you doing? Why are you always keeping the child with you? And I was just like, no, dude, I'd rather be here than at home. And it's so boring.
Home, I know, I can imagine. So what, you would actually go into the meetings. That's like, how did it not inspire you to get into politics?
So that's why I got into medicine. Funny story. So I would have done politics, but I feel like politics is very unfair and it's unequal. You have to play games and you have to do particular things to get ahead. Whereas I feel like in medicine, all I need to do is help you and save your life. And I think people will listen to me a little bit more and they respect me, particularly as a black woman. In politics, they don't tend to like take me seriously. And also like, I'm very like, So I can't necessarily be myself in that game.
Be that serious.
So now when I'm in medicine, I can be myself. I can do something I really love doing, which is helping and healing people. But also when I speak, I feel like people take me seriously. Not just because of the qualifications behind me, but because they've actually had experience with what I've done. And so I think the drive that seeing my dad and also my mom, like how they serve their communities, that impacted. And I think I personally wouldn't be as happy and as healthy as I am in politics. I think medicine is my home.
I love it. Let's go for your last one. What are the top 3 songs on your playlist?
Number 1, and people are gonna laugh, there's this song called the Alphabet Hip Hop.
Don't stop, the alphabet hip hop. Don't stop, the alphabet hip hop. Apple, apple, apple. What's up, baby, baby, baby. What's up?
By
I don't know it.
when you have kids who are my child's age, that's all we play the whole day. Okay, so it's the Alphabet Hip Hop and all like the other like races corner him. The second song that's top on my playlist is there's this song by Maverick City called Mighty One.
Ooh, I love that song.
I'll be randomly walking around like Mighty One, just like singing and whatever. And then the third song that I really love, it's a house music song by Kamumpela and Shasha called E2.1. It's like an old school song, but I don't know why. Like I just found it recently and I jam that song.
I probably know it. You know, the thing with me and I'm a piano songs, I never know the name.
Yeah.
But when he plays,
yes,
trust me, I will know the song.
Yeah, so I mean, those are just the three that off the top of my head I can think, like maybe even on the way here or like within the last 2 or 3 days I've been listening to. But yeah, there's a lot of music that I listen to because I've got like hubby, he's like into R&B and old school, and then like my friends, we're into like soul music and and then there's all the gospel music that's coming up that's really incredible, and then there's like the playground stuff. There's this piano like nursery rhyme set.
Found that you've gone to the kids as well.
Listen, I played it at my daughter's birthday party the other day, and it was a vibe. And I was even like,
you were the one.
Roll your boat. I'm like, okay, this is a vibe.
Like, I hope you're not enjoying it more than baby.
1,000% was enjoying it more than she was. What do you mean?
She was just like, okay, that's my mom.
Yeah, and she's also dancing with me, so she just carries on, like not even knowing that like I'm setting a trend. Like if other people, if you go to a little kids party and there's an amapiano set, just know I influence those people.
You see.